The Master's Mysteries, Tales of Magical Mastery, Episode 52. Finally, we made it out. Big brother, second brother, I always feel this is disloyal. Earlier, we were discussing how Liu Fengyi and Shou Dai heard the cries for help and entered the ancient tomb to fight against the corpse demon inside. Meanwhile, the three killers from Liaodong took the opportunity to escape. Third brother, they are the ones who saved us. Let's just run away and not bother about them. The three of them ran in panic, finally climbing out of the tomb passage, greedily breathing the fresh air outside. We'll be ridiculed by the martial world. They probably won't survive. But after coming out, they were filled with remorse and guilt for not taking responsibility. Big brother, we can't be ungrateful cowards. Not to mention, being bandits and robbers in the martial world to help the poor is not shameful, but being ungrateful is definitely a reason to be ridiculed. Third brother, don't act impulsively. No, don't stop me. Big brother, second brother. Third brother, you. Just this once. I want to be an upright person. This way, the zombies won't come out. If they die, we can still consider it helping them reunite with their bones. Third brother, with this, haven't we done a good deed? Let's go and rob. Meanwhile, Liu Fengyi and Shou Dai, who were trapped in the ancient tomb, were currently engaged in a fierce battle against the ferocious corpse demon. If you talk about it, being together with old Dao, they have fought countless terrifying demons. So, Liu Fengyi didn't pay much attention to a mere corpse demon. How about it? Not bad, right? In just a few moves, Liu Fengyi kicked the corpse demon down to the ground. Because Shou Dai was watching, Liu Fengyi was particularly mindful of his moves. However, the corpse demon had tough skin and iron bones, and Liu Fengyi couldn't harm him with just punches and kicks. The corpse demon howled and got up from the ground again. But it seemed like he realized that Liu Fengyi was not someone to mess with, so he didn't dare to rush forward again. Instead, he turned his head and looked at Shou Dai. Miss Shou Dai, be careful. With a swift movement, he immediately pounced in front of Shou Dai, which startled Liu Fengyi. Liu Fengyi was worried that the corpse demon might hurt Shou Dai, so he wanted to rush over to help. However, Shou Dai's light skills were excellent, and she easily evaded, making Liu Fengyi feel relieved. But the corpse demon not only had immense strength, but also incredible speed. Before Shou Dai could land, it let out a strange cry and pounced again. But just at this moment, a flash of red appeared, and a whip as thick as a thumb cracked against the corpse demon's face. The force behind this whip was not light at all. A deep pit was left on the tough face of the corpse demon. It seemed like this whip had some exorcism effect. As it struck the corpse demon, white smoke emanated from his body. Liu Fengyi was astonished by this sight. Himph. Did you think I'm a soft target? At this moment, Liu Fengyi finally realized that Shou Dai had been hiding her true abilities all along. It turned out that she was no weaker than him and quite formidable herself. The pain seemed to make the corpse demon even more furious, and he rushed towards Shou Dai again. Since Shou Dai had already used her whip, she swung it skillfully. In an instant, the fiery red whip swirled in the air like a spirit snake, striking the corpse demon repeatedly. The corpse demon was now in a tumult, with smoke rising from his body. However, he was relentless and continued advancing toward Shou Dai. Then, Shou Dai suddenly retracted her whip and made a hand gesture. The whip transformed into several large circles and flew towards the corpse demon. The whip formed loops around the corpse demon's body. The corpse demon seemed to have regained some consciousness and knew he was in trouble. He kept struggling with all his might, but it wasn't easy. With a pull from Shou Dai, the whip tightened and the corpse demon was bound up like a big dumpling. Considering the immense strength of the corpse demon, an ordinary whip would have been torn apart. However, Shou Dai's whip seemed to be made from some special material, and no matter how much the corpse demon struggled, he couldn't break free, leaving him howling in frustration. "Why are you just standing there? Help me keep him restrained." Xiao Dai scolded Liao Fengyi, who was still staring in astonishment. "I'm coming." Finally snapping out of his daze, Liao Fengyi rushed toward the struggling corpse demon. Liao Fengyi leaped into the air and focused all his strength on his knees. With a solid strike, he hit the corpse demon's neck. Then he quickly circled behind the corpse demon and delivered a powerful blow to the back of his head. The impact was significant, and a cracking sound echoed from the corpse demon's neck. The corpse demon's body went limp, collapsing to the ground motionless. That's the Koi Xing kicking technique. Henf. It's not like I couldn't have handled him alone. You just took advantage of the situation. This technique is handed down from Manhwa, specifically for dealing with zombies and drought demons. It can easily break the central beam bone in their bodies, making it impossible for them to move, even if they have become powerful corpse kings. I could have subdued him without your help. Liao Fengyi was about to retort, but his expression changed when he heard Xiao Dai's response. "What's going on?" This corpse demon didn't transform. He was naturally this tall. But how could this be? As Xiao Dai mentioned it, Liao Fengyi also noticed that the corpse king's appearance wasn't surprising, but he hadn't heard of corpse demons growing to such heights. "Wait, I think I know who he is now." "You know him." The corpse demon before them was unusually tall, easily reaching over 3 meters when alive. But how could an ordinary person grow to such a height? This tomb is over 1,000 years old. Let's go inside and take a look. "Do you think I'm an old demon?" After thinking for a while, Xiao Dai seemed to have figured something out and immediately turned to walk into the main tomb chamber. Liao Fengyi couldn't let her go alone in case there were any dangers inside, so he hurriedly followed behind. As they entered the main tomb chamber, they were both stunned. The chamber was massive, appearing to be a combination of a natural cave and artificial construction. There's a stone tablet. In the main tomb chamber, they couldn't see any coffins, but instead, there stood a massive stone tablet, around 6 to 7 meters tall. What script is this? Ancient Xianbi script. The characters on the stone tablet didn't seem remarkable at first glance, but upon closer inspection, they appeared unfamiliar. This puzzled Liao Fengyi, who hadn't studied much in his life. It's similar to Chinese characters, with just a few changes. You can recognize it too. However, Xiao Dai seemed to have instantly recognized the origin of the script and had some understanding of the strange characters on the tablet. With Xiao Dai's explanation, Liao Fengyi suddenly realized that the characters were indeed Chinese, but each character had been modified, making them look both familiar and unrecognizable. What does it say? It's an epitaph. Since he couldn't recognize the characters, Liao Fengyi had to ask Xiao Dai, "Do you know about the shamanism in northeastern Sa?" Then you probably don't know about the 3 branches of shamanism. Shamanism? Not sure. Normally, Xiao Dai would have made a joke, but she seemed captivated by the inscription, and she began explaining it to Liao Fengyi. And the 3-faction war. This inscription records an event from 500 years ago. War between factions of the same religion. Liao Fengyi was even more confused now. Shamanism was. I've heard my master talk about that war. A war within one religion? But how could they fight among themselves if they belong to the same religion? No, it's different. There are 3 branches. Seeing his confusion, Xiao Dai started to detail the history of shamanism. It turned out that shamanism had its roots in primitive societies tens of thousands of years ago. Wait, if this is his tomb, then the demonic beast he summoned should also be in the tomb. Demonic beast. However, because it involves witchcraft and spirit communication, shamanism has mostly been passed down among a few nomadic tribes for thousands of years and hasn't truly spread to the Central Plains. As for the secret history of shamanism and the 3-faction war, There are still many fascinating stories to be told. We will elaborate on them in detail later.